Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to meet the French President Emmanuel Macron. He will be the first leader to meet Emmanuel Macron after Macron was re-elected against far-right rival Le Pen. Both Prime Minister Modi and President Macron share close camaraderie. The two leaders will be holding a meeting followed by dinner at the Élysée Palace in Paris. They also will be served with a specially crafted vegetarian menu. This meeting holding high symbolic value as it comes right after President Macron's fresh victory and sends out a clear signal on India's importance for the new French government. Sources telling WION that France sees Prime Minister Modi's visit as an exceptional gesture of trust and friendship. Sources further claiming that the talks will focus on ways to intensify France's long-standing contribution to Atmanirbhar Bharat, or a self-reliant India, in defense and other sectors, including space, cyber and energy. The stopping of the hostilities in Ukraine and mitigation of its global economic impact, including food security, also likely to be discussed. Talks over maintaining focus on Indo-Pacific region while accelerating India's comprehensive strategy to respond to the challenges in the region also likely. The two leaders will be setting a more ambitious agenda for the strategic partnership. This year marking the 75th anniversary of the India-France diplomatic relationship, the two leaders are likely to mull over issues of mutual interest. The meeting coming at a time when France holds the rotating EU presidency. And within the European Union, President Macron is the foremost advocate of closer ties with India and stronger European engagement in the Indo-Pacific. And prior to this, Prime Minister Modi had travelled to France in 2019 for the G7 Biarritz summit as a goodwill partner, while President Macron had visited India in 2018. And for more on these developments, our principal diplomatic correspondent, Siddhant Sibal, is joining us from Copenhagen. He's been tracking those developments very closely. Siddhant, what can we expect when the two leaders meet? If you can talk to us about the agenda and the items that have been put on the negotiating table as well.
Well, the Indian Prime Minister will be meeting Emmanuel Macron later today. That will be around 11:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And on the table will be everything possible in terms of the bilateral conversation, whether it's defense, the Ukraine crisis, the Chinese aggressiveness. Defense has, of course, its own sectors in terms of investment. Atmanirbhar Bharat project is something that the French are keen to invest on. But largely, this visit is being viewed in a very appreciable manner by the French, given that the close personal chemistry that exists between Indian Prime Minister and the French President. He, of course, is the first head of government to meet him since his election victory last month. So there is a certain level of happiness, to use the word, when it comes to from the French side. But if we talk about this visit, it is just a 4-hour-long visit in France, but these 4 hours will see hectic diplomacy, both in terms of hard diplomacy and also in terms of how the leaders engage with each other. Remember that France is the chair of the rotating EU presidency, and as the EU president, it has been taking a lot of initiatives that will bring India closer to the European Union. Earlier on February, in the month of February, we saw the French government taking a decisive initiative on the Indo-Pacific by hosting the foreign ministers of Europe and Indo-Pacific, in which the Indian External Affairs Minister also participated, and the focus was on how France can help in making sure that this vision gets a further boost. But largely the French side has also made a lot of preparations, including making sure that there's vegetarian menu on board when it comes to the dinner that will take place later today. That is in honor for the Indian president, and obviously there will be a delegation level conversation as well. So a brief visit, but a strong message by New Delhi.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.